Hello, Coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with second choice goalkeeper Inaki Pena, as it has been reported that Galatasaray are eyeing a 2023 move for the La Masia graduate and Barcelona want to renew him. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Lionel Messi, it has been reported that MLS clubs know very well that Messi wants a Barca return. We are also going to be discussing on that report. So guys, before we get right into the story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barca! Barca! Since coming through the ranks of the famed La Masia Academy, Inaki Pena has been billed as the future number one for Barcelona. However, it is next to impossible for any goalkeeper to have superseded Marc-Andre ter Stegen for a majority of his spell at the Spotify Camp Nou. This has meant that Inaki Pena has had to wait in the wings to one day become the mainstay in between the stakes at his boyhood club. A new revelation had suggested that his arduous wait may come to an end shortly. As per the latest information provided by Mateo Moreto of Relevo, the 19-year-old goalkeeper is Galatasaray's first priority to come in as their brand new goalkeeper. The young star's current contract expires in 2023 with no possibility of renewal at the moment. However, it has been mentioned that Barca plan to discuss the situation soon. It is certainly far from improbable that the youth graduate is tempted by a move to the Turkish Giants, considering his successful loan spell at the club during the second half of last season. While it could have been possible to succeed ter Stegen after his form fell off a cliff during the previous campaign, the same cannot be said currently, with the German goalkeeper setting a personal record for minutes survived without conceding a single goal. It is also key to assess that Xavi's men are not at a disadvantageous position when it comes to the uncertainty around Pena's situation. With the club returning to its status as one of the best teams in Europe, convincing any player to pen a contract renewal is not out of the question. Simultaneously, seeing a potentially unsettled player such as Inaki Pena depart would only push the club to sign an upgrade in the position. Inaki Pena was the third choice goalkeeper last season when Neto was still there as a second choice. So when Barca sold Neto to Bournemouth in the Premier League, it means Inaki Pena will be second choice. And of course, Xavi himself was instrumental in making Inaki Pena upgrade to become the second choice goalkeeper at the Camp Nou. So there have been this talk of Inaki Pena one day succeeding Marc-Andre ter Stegen as the first choice goalkeeper, but I think with time, because he's still 19 years old, ter Stegen is about 30 years right now. So I think in a matter of time when ter Stegen leaves the club, Inaki Pena will definitely be the first choice. But that can still be in doubt because a lot of rumors have been coming out saying how Inaki Pena is likely to be tempted by a move away from Barca. Now they're saying how Turkish giants Galatasaray want to buy him permanently. Of course, we can't remember Galatasaray was the club he went for a short loan spell that was from January to June. The second half of last campaign he spent at Galatasaray and he did really great there. He did really, really great. Manager Xavi saw his decent performances there and had to convince him to be the second choice goalkeeper at the club while selling Neto. So I think if he stays put at the club, being patient, knowing that one day he will have the chance to be the first choice. But right now, as it stands, Barca themselves, right, they want to extend his contract because they believe in him. They have faith in Inaki Pena that he's a very good goalkeeper, and it's just a matter of time he will be our first choice goalkeeper. But if the player thinks that he wants the game time as soon as possible, with being impatient, I think the move from Galatasaray might tempt him. But I don't think manager Xavi will like that because he have already convinced the board of Barca that they should try and extend Inaki Pena's contract as they see him as a valuable player in the squad. I also think Xavi can still consider putting Pena in games like the Copa del Rey. Of course, we have not started the Copa del Rey, which will start definitely in January. And I think that will be the best kind of games for Xavi to at least use Inaki Pena because from what I'm seeing and from what Xavi sees, Inaki Pena is that hungry goalkeeper. He wants to acquire some game time. Sitting on the bench throughout the whole season will be so bad for this guy, and I think it will really tempt him more to leave. So I think Javi can also consider and understand giving him some game time in those Copa del Rey matches, especially in the starting, when the Copa del Rey just starts and we have some very, some cool weak fixtures playing for third division teams or playing with fifth division teams. I think Inaki Pena can use that advantage to prove to Javi that he is worth it. Then on to the next story of discussion. With Lionel Messi's contract at Paris Saint-Germain set to expire at the end of the season, there has been a lot of speculation surrounding his future. The 35-year-old is unlikely to take a call to his future until the FIFA World Cup in Qatar is out of the way. But that has not stopped the rumor mill from running wild with stories regarding the superstar's next potential destination. PSG for Japan are keen on keeping hold of the Argentine talisman and have reportedly offered him a one-year contract with an option of a further 12 months. Meanwhile, Barcelona are scheming to welcome their former captain back to the club, with President Joan Laporta taking it as a challenge to resign Messi and give him the opportunity to hang up his vote at Spotify Camp Nou in a few years' time. At the same time, there has been speculations that clubs in the MLS are looking at swooping in for Messi too, with the Argentine previously admitting that he could be open to a move to the United States. However, according to Josep Pedrero, clubs in the MLS believe that Messi is keen on a return to Barcelona. If true, this will come as a huge boost for the Blaugrana's chances of re-signing the seven-time Ballon d'Or winner. There has reportedly been some friction between Laporta and Messi following the manner of the latter's exit, while the Argentina captain's relationship with a few players like Gerard Piqué is also said to be rifty. But Barcelona are already studying the means to bring Messi back to the club and working on mending his relationship with them between the club and the global icon. After a slow start to life in France last year, Messi has found his footing in the 2022 and has been in particularly brilliant form this season. In just 12 games in all competition, he has already scored 7 goals and, of course, set up 8 more, showcasing his quality despite his advancing age. Messi's future have been talked about a lot these past few weeks, but definitely we know the World Cup must first of all pass before we can see clearly where Messi will go to. So this report trying to say that MLS clubs themselves are seeing the possibility of Messi going to Barcelona back rather than going to the MLS, because we have been talking a lot about Messi's future, the possibility of going to the MLS, playing for Inter Miami, most especially the possibility of returning to his homeland Argentina, and the possibility of staying at Paris or going to Barcelona. So Fabrizio Romano himself have always been reiterating in his tweets that it's only after the World Cup that Messi have decided that he will maybe make the world know about where he is going to, what the decision will be like. Will he stay at Paris Saint-Germain, extend his contract there? Will he return to Barca? Let's see actually if that will happen, because most Barca fans, including me, I wish Messi returned to the club at least 1 or 2 more seasons so that we can give him that farewell that he deserved, because the way he left behind the doors was really terrible. Anyway, it was nobody's fault but the financial aspect of the team, caused by none other than Josep Maria Bartomeu. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.